There he is. John, can you hear us?
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you. Yep. Perfect. We're all set. We're streaming. So, um, Jen, were you going to try to get a copy
Okay.
of okay. So she's going to try to share the meeting call. I had this printed up prior to the meeting last night, knowing I could delete things if I had to, but everything passed, surprisingly enough. What I'll do is after we call this meeting, I'm going to order signs for the sandwich boards to be put around town, try to get those out by Monday. And then after the town meeting, we'll pull those in. I'll get new signs made up to announce the referendum if everything if it passes at the town meeting, that is.
Okay.
So I'm going to call this meeting to order today. This is a special meeting of the Board of Selectmen, scheduled for 11:15. We've got 11:18 at this point. Um, Bob Carlson, the first selectman. We also have present John Gassion, selectman, and selectwoman Nicole Porter. Jen Knight, the administrative assistant, is running the meeting from her office. And we're gonna do a call for the March 2nd, 2026 town meeting. So you see the town is it's shared. And basically I'm gonna tell you the if you want, I can read the 5 questions, if that's what you'd like to do.
That's fine.
All right, so question number one, everything else up above the questions is the typical maintenance, where it says you, what the passcode is, what the Zoom link is, and the fact that you, will not be able to vote unless you're present in the town meeting. The first 4 questions can be voted on at the town meeting. The fifth question will be going to referendum. And as you see at the very bottom, it says notice of referendum, which is the same language we use when we do a budget, in a budget town meeting. So number one, shall the town adopt the ordinance, section 19.26, emergency services volunteer tax abatement, providing tax relief to qualifying volunteer emergency service members pursuant to Connecticut General Statute 12-81W. Next, number two, shall the town clerk be allowed to publish an abbreviated version of the legal ad regarding the notice of passage of the ordinance? What this is the actual ordinance itself, and we'll have attachments to TV at the town meeting for people to read, which explains the entire ordinance. Rather than paying to publish that entire thing, she can just publish this portion of it. It saves the town money, but we have to allow her to do that. Three, shall the town approve an appropriation of funds to the existing budget line B 30.12, Three Wise Women, for the amount up to $30,000 to help fund the America 250 event scheduled for June 27, 2026. Number four, shall the town accept a conservation easement required by the state of Connecticut, DEP, and the town's Inland Wetlands Commission over a portion of 45 frontage road immediately adjacent to the Chinook River? That's the EB property we talked about the other evening. Our Conservation Commission Chairman Bill Ricca verbally signed off on this at that meeting, so we should be fine. And then the last question, shall the town be allowed to apply for a loan for $1 million plus interest and associated fees to be used in support of the Wheel Library proposed $4 million renovation project? Underneath that, so we'll be voting on the first 4. Underneath that, we have the notice of referendum, which resolved the Board of Selectmen pursuant to its authority under Connecticut General Statute, Section 7-7, hereby removes question 5 to be considered at the March 2nd, 2026 special town meeting, cited in a prior resolution to a referendum to be held on Monday, March 16th, 2026. The hours for voting at said referendum shall be established by a vote at the March 2nd, 2026 special town meeting. Said hours are recommended by the Board of Selectmen to be 12 noon to 8 p.m. The time of referendum, I asked both registrars what they thought would make sense. You know, when we have to, by state statute, when it's a general election, go from 6 in the morning to 8 at night. They felt a 12 to 8 p.m., as long as we advertise it that way, should be sufficient. I would also put that on the sandwich board signs when we put those out if this gets approved. Um, And that's where we are. So,
Bob, have we ever done an election from 12 until 8? Or is
we
this gonna be
have.
the first time?
No, we did it when Mike Ergo was here. We did it on the lease agreement to lease out the middle school building prior to me demolishing it. That was a 12 to 8. And when you have things like this, a couple of things. One is a special standalone referendum, which the town is paying for. It costs us money to run a referendum because we have to pay for poll workers. Um, and to minimize costs, but still give the taxpayer an ample time to vote. So a 12 to 8 is still giving 8 hours of voting.
Yeah,
It's just, again, I asked the registrars what their recommendation would be. We have done this before, so it's not a first time only. And I think it's typically, if we're ever going to do it, it's on these kind of referendums, standalone referendums, like the one I told you when Mike was the first selectman. But we can't, by state statute, when it comes to a general election, we can't do this.
yeah,
We also have another option to do an 8 to 8. We've done that before, but it was probably on something that was could have been like a budget referendum. I think last year the budget referendum went 8 to 8 because they said
yeah.
we only had like 5 people between 6 and 8, so they moved it to 8 to 8. So that's
I agree with you. I just think we should make sure that that's in kind of big numbers on the sandwich board, because it just, I don't want anybody to get upset if they go at 8 o'clock in the morning and it's not open.
so we'll do is we'll have it on it'll be on the call of the town meeting, and it'll be I'm sure John will share it on all the different sites. We'll have it on the town website, and if it gets approved to go to referendum, Um, excuse me, it was just gonna go to referendum anyway.
Yeah.
So on the sandwich board signs, we will make sure that we have in 12 to 8, we'll make sure it's
Okay.
well known. And we could even put out a separate notice that we can share on social media that to say it's gonna be 12 to 8, just to make sure there's no questions.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, so that's where we are. So we have to vote to call for the town meeting. And then even though it's just at this point a recommended by the Board of Selectmen, we have to vote to recommend that to the town meeting on the established time. And then that's all we have to do today.
All right, so I'll make a motion to send, is it the 5 questions, Bob? Are there
Yes.
5? To send the 5 questions that you just read as is to a town meeting, to be called on, on March 2nd. At what time are we doing the town meeting? 6:30?
It'll be 6:30. Yeah,
Yeah, at 6:30 PM at the, North Stonington Education Center at 290.
correct. Do you second that,
I'll
John?
second that.
Perfect. Okay, so we have a motion. Is there any other discussion? Any changes you want to make to call? Okay, I don't see anybody else online, so hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay, so we're good. So the town meeting will be held on March 2nd. Now, as far as the established time, I'll make a motion that we recommend a 12 p.m. to a 12 noon to 8 p.m. frame as advised by the registrars.
I'll second.
Okay, any other discussion on that?
Bob, do you plan on mentioning that if we get a lot of pushback at the town meeting, about the hours? I'm just playing devil's advocate. I just think that we should mention that, and that's what we're recommending. That's what the registrars have recommended. I just think that it would be good to mention at the town meeting as
Oh, I
well.
will. So it'll be in the notice of referendum in writing, but we'll also mention it to make sure everybody knows. And
Yeah.
because we're voting on it at the town meeting, that's only recommended by us.
Yep.
The
So
town
they'll
can't
have to.
say, we don't want to do that. We want to do 8 to 8.
Okay. Okay. Very good.
And Lisa Marzella has agreed to moderate that meeting
Oh,
already.
very good. Okay.
So, okay. All right, so there's a motion. Again,
Done, seconded.
there was concerns about making sure we had the information out there, which we'll do through sandwich boards and postings and so on. So I think it's very important. Yeah, so if there's no other discussion, we'll take a vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay. That passes 3-0. There's nothing else on the agenda today, so I entertain a motion for adjournment.
Make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second.
Great. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Thank you so much for making this special meeting happen, and we'll talk to you
Do
soon.
we need to sign, we need to come by and sign the actual paper?
You actually do. Good point, John.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
yeah,
I
when you get a chance, I'll leave it with Jen, and she'll put it in your baskets and just make you go from one basket to the other as you, the mail baskets. Okay?
Okay.
Okay.